Dearest Texas history scholars, today we will be looking at Unit 5, Unrest and Revolt in Texas from 1821 to 1836. In 1824, our unit opens with the Mexican Constitution. Mexico has recently gained independence from Spain, and they're figuring out what to do with that independence, and they write a constitution saying that this is the plan, these are the rules that we're going to follow. And that happens in 1824. In 1828, Marie E. Turan writes a report on Texas. He visits Texas and writes down what he sees, and what he sees is a lot of Anglo settlers that they didn't know were in Texas. Next, in 1830, we have the Law of April 6th, and then in 1832, we have the Turtle Bayou Resolution. In January of 1834, Stephen F. Austin is arrested while he's visiting and voicing his concerns to the Mexican government. The Battle of Gonzales happens in 1835, and on March 2nd of 1836, we have the Declaration of Independence. That was written at a place called Washington on the Brazos on March 2nd, 1836. And this was written in the midst of the Battle of the Alamo, which lasts from February 23rd to March 6th of 1836. So then it's fair to say that the Texas independence is in 1836. Fall of the Alamo is on March 6th. On March 27th, we have the mass execution of the soldiers at Goliad. And then we have the Battle of San Jacinto. This is the last battle of the Texas War for Independence, and it is followed by the treaties of Velasco, which is where Santa Anna formally surrenders to the United States. So the events leading up to the Texas Revolution include the Fredonia Rebellion. The Fredonia Rebellion starts in 1826 in Nacogdoches when a group of Texans formed the Fredonia Republic, which is led by the Edwards brothers. No, I'm not related to them. They claimed an area that was no longer under Mexican control. And then Stephen F. Austin sided with the Mexican government and marched to Nacogdoches to help stop the rebellion. It ended pretty quickly after that. Nacogdoches. That is a town in East Texas. No surprise there. Okay, next page. The Marie E. Turan is a guy named Manuel Marie E. Turan. And he is sent by the Mexican government to investigate the conditions in northern Texas. He found the Anglo-Americans outnumbered. The Mexicans 10-1. The report resulted in the Law of April 6th. The Law of April 6th was a result of the Marie E. Turan report, and the government sent Marie E. Turan to report the new immigrants moving into Texas. So he was going to check on them and make sure that they were following Mexican laws and blah, 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 blah. He reported concerns about the Anglo-Americans, and this resulted in the law of April 6th, and this outlawed immigration from the U.S. to Texas, and it canceled all impresario grants. So the grants that were bringing people in were canceled, and it did not encourage European. It did encourage European immigrants, non-American Anglo settlement. And then it also said that enslaved people could no longer be brought to Mexico to work, and customs duties were imposed on all goods that are entering Texas from the United States. So in this report, Marie E. Turan is saying, hey, there's a lot of Anglo-Americans in Texas, and we need to stop the immigration of Anglo-Americans. So that's what the law of April 6th did. Next, we have something called the Turtle Bayou. And the Turtle Bayou is actually a location in Texas. It has nothing to do with turtles, except that I just put that there so that you would remember. So the Anahuac settlers gathered at the Turtle Bayou following an uprising at Anahuac, and a guy named John Austin was sent to retrieve a cannon to be brought back from Brazoria, and drafted a resolution pledging continued loyalty to Mexico under the Constitution of 1824. And then Santa Anna seemed to support the Constitution of 1824, and this event resulted in Colonel Jose de la Paredes ordering the release of William Barrett Travis and Patrick Jack from jail. They were being held on suspicion that they were plotting against the Mexican government. And so Bradburn was dismissed from his command of the Mexican army after he made a big deal out of this resolution. And if we need to, we can pause this video and talk about that more. Okay, so next we have the arrest of Stephen F. Austin. Austin traveled to Mexico to meet with Mexican officials and delivered the, that's not spelled right, delivered the resolution written by Texas officials about their concerns. When he arrived, Santa Anna had become the leader of Mexico, and there was so much time that had gone by that Austin starts to get concerned about his well-being. He has a meeting with Santa Anna, who agrees to many of the grievances that are going on in Texas. Austin is on his way returning to Texas when he's arrested for treason because he had written a letter to Texas officials earlier. He was not allowed to return to Texas until the summer of 1835. So he was held in jail for about a year.